to our left.
There is a door over here. It's a wooden door. Oh, well, here's the Starfall Pit. I assume that means something special. Oh, I got a lectern. But yeah, in the Inferno mode, they'll also have, I mean, people who play WoW a lot really appreciate the whole reason you're playing WoW at the higher levels is just to get, better items, or, unless you just have a lot of friends that just like to get together and raid for fun. But mostly it's about item acquisition. And if you do play this game at Diablo 3, I'm talking about now, if you play it at the highest difficulty settings, you do get the specialty armor sets, like the special tiers and stuff like that are only available, I believe, in those modes. So there is a reason to do that. I mean, aside from the fact that the better items you find there are going to be worth more to the people who are still playing the game. So when that could be important for the real money economy, because I'm assuming like the low level, once the game comes out, like the low level loot that everyone is initially excited about, if it's particularly good for a level 10 character, somebody might be willing to pay for that initially. But once the community matures and everyone goes towards the level cap, you're going to have to find a really nice item, I would assume, to be able to do much with it. Wait, what is happening over there?
Those enemies blow up afterwards.
Oh,
that
okay.
wasn't me. And the cool thing is that there is a lot of good reason to play through by yourself and play through with friends, because each character, especially if you add runes to their abilities, they get some abilities that are really kind of like made for group stuff. Like I can summon a couple of guys that don't really do a bunch of direct damage, but they boost everyone else around me. So the Witch Doctor can become a really great support guy as much as direct damage.
Yeah, and I know the monk has a number of shield enemies. Has a number of support skills where they're basically auras.
Correct.
Wait, what did I just do?
Oh gosh, Charles.
What have I done? Okay,
I don't know what we just triggered, but here's a random event.
Yeah, here's a random event, I guess. And yeah, I tried. Of course, I went for the treasure chest. Why would I not go for the treasure chest? But
they know us too well.
Yes. Apparently, that results in lots of skeletons spawning. I probably should have actually killed these towers. There we go. Oh, is it going to bring the chest? Yes, the chest came back.
I was going to say, I would be sad if that was just a tease. Now, granted, we get experience out of it, but I'm still, it's all about the loot.
Oh, we got another page of training here. Again, the Apprentice Rope Fist. That's about the 17th Rope Fist I've acquired in this beta, so I'm not as excited about that.
Plus, I don't even really think you wear rope fists.
No, I don't. That's more of a monk item, I believe. I tried the monk when Blizzard was showing this off earlier at its studio, and it seems pretty cool. I think I do like the Witch Doctor the best at this point, though, just because of how crazy some of his skills are.
Yeah,
it's like most of the skills you unlock for him are unexpected. So it's not like, oh, I have magic missile as a wizard. Like I know exactly what that's gonna do.
Exactly, or I'm gonna shoot lightning from my hands. This guy, I'm gonna throw flaming bats at you, or summon a giant toad that will swallow you whole.
Can you do that, or is that's a mod ability?
Yeah, so you've seen me summon the toads earlier, but yes, you eventually get rune stones where you can do all kinds of stuff where the toads do damage over time, and on one of them you can get is one where you just summon one giant toad that just swallows a guy whole and slowly digests him. So that's so awesome, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to just experiment with that kind of thing, and oh, here's another chest up here. I'm assuming this one is...
I'm sure at some point people with real life dollars will sell us all the runes we want.
Well, so yeah, I mean that's going to be interesting. Is like once the entire market system is unlocked, if people are really going to start buying that many virtual items to build up, because this isn't an esports game, right?
No.
So it's not like, I mean, there is a competitive aspect. You can do arena PvP if you want to, but it's not going to be StarCraft level PvP where it's like every single thing. Oh, another apprentice shiv, where every single thing is such a huge deal. Like when Blizzard starts eventually talking about the multiplayer units for Heart of the Swarm, like even the smallest change is going to have massive repercussions throughout that game just because people know it so well. Whereas this, it's like, it's nowhere near that level of competition.
I definitely feel like the way the marketplace is going to work is a lot like it does in some free-to-play games, where what you'll get out of it is if you want to get advancement faster. Like I don't have the time to go and grind the boss 48 times to get that really powerful item. Well, you can spend money and buy it off someone just like you would in a League of Legends game or something. You know, you would pay to get an experience bonus because you don't have the time to grind as much.
Yeah. I think we need to go to the right. We have to go north and east, as far as I can tell. It's my best guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure how to ping the map. I don't know if you can do that.
Well, conveniently, Charles and I are also sitting right next to each other.
Yeah, that
So
definitely helps for communication. But yeah, I'm assuming there's probably a map ping tool or something like that. But yeah, and I know Blizzard is also it's not like going to be in the game at launch, but you'll also be able to. Oh, there we go. To sell your characters maybe at some point.
Well, I guess they know it's like whether they wanted it to happen or not. People were doing it in World of Warcraft. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just an attempt to basically own that market. That's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, and at least they own the marketplace and could potentially make a little something off of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the way they've explained it so far, and I know here we go. Here's some actual storyline stuff. The way they've explained it so far is there'll be a flat transaction fee when you post something, and when a transaction goes through, so that doesn't scale per cost.
So it's basically like eBay in that sense that, there's like a posting fee, a tiny posting fee that they get to pocket.
Yeah, although you may get a couple free postings like a week or a month or a day or something like that. I don't think that's been determined. But then you can output the money you make to a Blizzard account where it stays locked. So if you output to a Blizzard account, then it just stays there. Or you can send it out to PayPal. They're going to use PayPal. That was just recently announced, where it's your money. So you essentially get to keep it, and you profit off of it. And I mean, the reason I think that's really interesting is because, I mean, Valve has been doing that with Team Fortress 2, where you can profit off of items that happen to get put through into the game. But that still requires a level of creativity, I guess, in like, here's a design, like I made this.
Yeah, knowledge
I
of art.
I put work into this and made a product that has, inherent value, whereas this is just, hey, I happened to come upon some random item that has value, just because of its totally random properties and the fact that I randomly found it.
Yeah, I actually have friends who have joked that when Diablo 3 launches, they want to quit their job and become full-time Diablo 3 loot getters.
Yeah, and I mean, there's no skill involved to it whatsoever. It's just like you have to be. I mean, I'm sure. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we can finally see what the little what the audio log looks like.
Yeah,
it just pops up on the side there.
Exactly. So when you find it, you don't have to sit there and read a text page that they probably know you're not going to sit there and pay attention to anyways. And they can just rely on the fact that you might at least open your ears.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to listen to. Okay, and this is right before the boss door, right? I don't think there's another dungeon level here.
I believe we are pretty much heading to the Crypt of the Skeleton
there we
King.
go. It's happening. What if I just declined that right there and the entire mission failed?
So here we are, the final boss of the beta, the Skeleton King. Right now he's still a ghost, so we can't fight him. We have to fight him in his corporeal form.
Corporeal?
Corporeal?
Alright, well, I'm just going to frost over these guys and they're pretty much dead.
The Witch Doctor has a very easy job. He just runs behind the wizard and collects loot.
Well, the wizard seems to kill things way faster than any other class from
So
what
here
I've
we
seen.
are. We have the crown from earlier that the blacksmith helped us repair, which was his crown originally. Only by placing the crown and completing him will he become vulnerable to mortal attacks.
But also really angry about the fact that, he's a demon. A skeleton demon.
But I love how epic it is the way he slowly warms up, too. I mean, it's like this giant...
Yeah, like he's
stands up,
cracking his
neck, yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to basically shoot. I think I can freeze him if I get in close. Yeah, there we go.
And then I will fire him.
Yep, fire bats. That drains mana pretty quickly, though, doesn't it?
It does, but like you said, I mean, I can walk away and my mana is already at halfway. You know, so it's recharging pretty fast.
I didn't appreciate that.
And it's great for crowd control.
Yeah, he doesn't have much of a chance here. And
So
what
this guy
I'm
used to, oh, go ahead.
well, I'm hoping, which it happened the first time I downed him, but not the next few times. He actually gives out a gold item.
Yeah, we'll see. We have a suspicion that in the beta, that's just the first time you kill him, sort of thing. But could be wrong. At the very least, I'm sure he'll drop a couple of blue items, and probably another couple of Shiv documents, instructional pamphlets.
Yep, I definitely need more of those. Yeah, so he just does a few summons. He has some cool attack powers. The first time I fought him, no special drops or anything. The first time I fought him was actually fairly challenging with a 4-person party. Nobody really died that often, but that's it. That's the end of the beta. That's all the content. There were some more areas we could have explored, some more random areas, but that's most of the main content you see there. So basically, after this, it doesn't kick you out after you beat it. You can exit out to the main screen after 10 seconds, apparently. Oh my god, a countdown. And then you can go back and create different characters. So if you want to, if you're like, that wasn't enough.
I need to do that at least 25 more times before the game comes out.
I need to grind this obsessively before this game. I mean, well, who knows when the game's actually going to come out, but wait, I did this wrong. So create hero, and then, yeah, you can pick between Demon Hunter, Monk, Witch Doctor, Wizard, male and female models. Create your hero and go back in, and then it keeps them on BattleNet, so you'll just have, well, here, let me go ahead and create a Barbarian.
I mean, the nice thing about it, right, is it is persistently online, but at the same time, it's saving your progress and everything server-side, so Charles could come over to my house, log into his BattleNet account, and keep going from where he left off.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's my Barbarian. I can switch back to my Wizard if I want to. I'm assuming these heroes are going to get wiped at some point, but yeah, there you go. There's an overview of everything that's in Blizzard's Diablo 3 beta. I think we all just basically want a release date at this point, but that's pretty cool for what it is so far.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a release date at this year's BlizzCon.
I would hope so. But yeah, I mean, the game is very much like Diablo with a lot of changes to the skill system, and so far it's been a lot of fun. And for a lot more on Diablo 3, just head over to IGN.com.